I kept running and running and running until when I fainted. A car just passed by and they were asking for direction. I did not answer them at first, and something in me just told me that tomorrow you go to church and call yourself a Christian. Now to help somebody in need you cannot. And I turned back to go and answer them. And he said, where is the way to Paso? On opening my mouth to answer him, I didn't know myself. That was the last thing I remembered.
I came back on that fateful day around 6 o'clock and I asked after her. My husband said she went to collect notes from her friend. 30 minutes later, she had not come back. 1 hour later, she was not back. And I asked him again, I said, where did she say she was going to? He said she went to collect note from her friend, and he said he asked the little ones to follow her. She said no, that the place is not far, she will soon be back. So I just got a hint there that it was a plan. Maybe she wanted to go somewhere and she didn't want the younger ones to follow her. And then 2 hours later, that's like 9 o'clock, 9:30, she was not back. And my husband started getting worried, saying that it's unusual, she's not like that, maybe something had happened. I said, what could have happened?
I did not know myself again till in the night when I woke up and I saw that I was tied to a tree. The man came to me and he said, give me your phone. When I gave him my phone on his way, the phone dropped and I was able to release one of my hand and I picked it. And at that time, my daddy was calling and I couldn't answer seeing the situation I was in. And I just texted him. I said, Daddy, I don't know where I am. I'm really scared. We were left there. We were four girls. And we stayed there around 1 a.m. They took 2 of the girls and they slaughtered them and took out part of their bodies. And I was shivering, I was crying, and for the first time I prayed in the spirit. And when it was now my turn, one of the men now said, bad market, come, let's go. When he touched me, he shouted, he said, I told you people that this girl was a bad market, but you people never listened to me for once. And that was how one now said, he came threatening me, saying I cannot spoil their market just like that, and ordered one of them to give me drugs, which I took out of fear. And they left me there so I could get better, because they said I was not pure at that time because I was sick. So they left me there until when I slept off and I woke up around 3 a.m. I was now feeling better and my temperature has gone down, and I noticed that the rope had been loosened a bit. So I untied myself and I took off my shoes, noticing that everywhere was quiet. Probably they were all sleeping. When I looked, I didn't see the other girl, which probably they've killed her also. And I dropped my shoes. And I said to God, it's better I get killed by an animal than somebody using my body parts for something else. And that was how I took off and I started running. I knew I ran for a long time. I kept running and running and running until when I fainted. The next morning when I woke up, I noticed that they were building around, and I saw someone coming and I asked him where the place was, and he said, I'm in Dugbe. And I stood on the road trying to stop cars, and no car was willing to stop for me. And in the process, I sighted Aso Estate, where I used to have an auntie there. And though she was no more there, I knew some of her friends, so I decided to go there to to explain things to them so they can bring me back home because I was not having any money on me. So that was how I went to Aso Estate and I explained to them, and that was how they were able to call my parents, and that was how they brought me home.
When I saw her coming, I just knew that God has done it. God was faithful. God did it for me. I knew that she was alive. God is faithful. God is loving. God's love is endless, it's ceaseless.
God is real. So no matter what you're believing God for, no matter your situation right now, just know that God is there. God is watching over us and God is real.